Ashley.
I'm right here. I thought you were gonna die.
Okay. You did this.
Yeah. Yeah, I did this. Can you stand?
The map?
Yeah, I found it. I think it says we can get out if we go this way. Hey, we're a team, right?
Keep this up, I'll be out of a job.
So, all of this, removing the parasites, this was Luis.
Yeah, we're alive. Thanks to him.
There it is in the middle. Don't recognize a single other person. See, like, how far through were we? Because it was surely close to being fully grown.
Booted up.
The fuck is that? Amber?
Someone had a field day looting the Umbrella Labs.
Alright, I guess we go back, right? Yeah, we dream sequenced through this thing. Okay, before we continue, is there anything in here I can
bet
get?
we could use that.
Surely. Nope. Unless... Nope, can't get through there.
Sorry.
Like I said, we're a team.
You're getting good at that.
Right?
I mentioned this in a previous part, but I'd like to see Resident Evil 5 do
You sure you're okay?
Never been
a
better.
remake.
Good.
But then when does it stop? Like, do they remake 6? Do they remake 7? You know what I mean? Maybe it's worth leaving well enough alone. Who knows? So this is chapter 16. This is the final chapter. Which,
Look at this place. That woman who helped us.
to me...
She's alright.
Yeah, she'll be
I'm
fine.
sure she's fine. She's not the type to roll over that easy.
To me,
Know her well.
I don't think that we'll end up versing the U3. Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't drop my shit. Yeah, I don't think, this way. Wait, what? Oh, I'm already going the wrong way. Oh, no, I'm not. Yeah, I don't think we'll end up versing the U3 because, like, there's only 16 chapters and we still have to verse Sadler and get out of here, you know? So these fuckers are only annoying when you can't see them. If you can see them, they're piss. Nice, gold ingot.
Oh, break's over, I suppose. Welcome. Well then, what can I do you for? Easy work. Crossing your T's, dotting your I's, that's the way to be. Better to be over-prepared, am I right? Might want to take care of any leftover errands before going this way. Be ashamed to live the rest of your life wondering, what if, am I right?
That's a good way of saying this is it. Isn't it? I just simply have too many. Which is fine. Very happy, don't get me wrong.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. Ruby's all rubbish, it makes no stranger. Ooh, I'll pay a pretty penny for that. Knife needs care and pleasant travels.
I wonder if the spinels will carry over. We shall see. Won't we? Oh, Ada's there.
Leon, look! Is that...
Ada. Thinks he's gonna lure me out.
And it'll work.
Stay here. I won't be long.
Okay.
Ada! Sadler!
To become one with us. You require absolution. Is it not the sinner who is in most need of salvation?
I fucking pressed evade, but that's cool. We can also do it that way. We can also do it that way.
The sorrows of this world are without number. Study your heart.
It's dusted me up already.
Who knows to be true? It's a sword, tougher. The blood on their hands. Even now. The people of this world shall become one through the holy water. All nations, religions,
Oh shit!
one will and one God. We shall witness the coming of a paradise, free of misfortune.
He is working me over.
I can relieve you of those burdens. Like a babe in
You won't shut the fuck up either.
the subjects of my kingdom drift about in tranquility. My child, do you still not understand? Why would you hold so many portions of their salvation? Why do you taunt me? Have no compassion.
Thanks for the sermon, Father. You know, I'm gonna have to ask for forgiveness when this is all over. Because I'm about to kill.
I hear no voices.
Oh shit, he's gone this way, isn't he? Oh, he's over here.
Disciples assemble! Misdeeds! Do not let them escape! It is time to send the one! My flesh!
Oh, I'm missing fucking everything here. I'm gonna heal. So why the fuck not? I'm gonna grab this knife. Oops. Him and his fucking neck. Yeah, it's funny, huh? Can I still hit him with a shotgun before I melee him? Yep. Bro. Oh, I did it.
I'm getting sick of your shit.
Finally, look that suits you, Sadler. A monster in and out. Still, I need to cut this date short. It's not me. It's you.
Gonna get hit again, aren't I?
Use this!
I'll give you a holy body. Ada, what the hell are you doing?
Nothing personal, Leon. Luis and I had an arrangement. Don't worry, I'll take good care of it. Ride's here. You coming?
I think we both know this where we go our separate ways.
I see. Better get a move on.
Cute.
Until next time, Leon.
Leon! Where's she going?
Who knows?
I don't understand. Why would she just...
We gotta move. Island's gonna blow.
It's gonna what?
Yeah.
She says until next time, but I gotta be honest with you, I fucking hope not.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Now we can go home.
We're not out of here yet.
Thanks.
Oh, okay.
They're not attacking. What's going on?
They're nothing now their master's gone. It's over for them. All right. Not bad, Ada.
I am expecting myself to die.
You like thrill rides?
I love them.
You're gonna love this.
It's hard to see. Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
You alright?
I'm not sure that was insane. Mission accomplished, right?
Mission accomplished. When you're home safe.
Thank you for saving me.
Don't mention it.
You know, I could put in a word with my dad. Have you assigned to my detail, if you're interested.
You don't need me. You proved you could handle yourself. Even if you could use a lesson in knife safety. Come on. Let's go home.
Condor 1? Roost Condor 1, do you read me? Come in. I said come in. Is this thing even on? Leon! Leon, are you and Ashley all right? Where are you? Come on!
Patch me through. I've obtained the amber.
Excellent.
Just one question. What are you planning to do with this?
I do not pay you to ask questions. All you need to know is a new dawn is breaking. 100 will give their lives so that just one may live. I am expediting that change.
So, we're talking millions of casualties.
Billions.
How ambitious. We're changing course, now.
Before I get into my Resident Evil 4 remake thoughts, I just want to preface this by saying that I currently have a cold, and unfortunate as it may seem, this is the time in which it is most opportune for me to say my thoughts. I also want to preface this by saying that if you're going to play this remake for nostalgia's sake only, then please spend the extra $5, well it's Australian $5, and pick up the 2005 soundtrack to play this game to. It's honestly just too good to pass, but for the sake of playing the remake as a remake, I skipped it for this video series. At any rate, my thoughts on Resident Evil 4's remake. In regards to the gameplay, it feels so smooth and responsive. The aiming system's quite different from the laser sight in the original. Now, it opts for a crosshair a la Resident Evil 2 Remake mode, whereby you keep your gun aimed and it tightens its spread. It also allows for us to have less of those where the fuck is my crosshair type of moment in the hustle and bustle or when aiming at something with a dark background. The movement of Leon and any followers that accompany you throughout your journey feels great. And rather than have a wait and follow approach, with Ashley you have a tight and loose approach whereby Ashley will follow you no matter what, yet at different distances. Also, the opportunity to have Ashley hide in bins or lockers is greatly reduced to increase responsibility and difficulty of having Ashley follow you, yet now she has no health bar. Instead, she gets hit once or twice and falls to her knees, becoming incapacitated, needing to be revived, so to speak. I personally find this so much easier than the original. Also, Ashley's a bit more competent now. She's able to damage enemies with the environment, for example the blue flame to the armaduras. She's also able to traverse terrain with greater ease in the instance of ladders and ledges, and generally seems more responsive to your movements and actions. On top of this, some areas of the game are accompanied by Lewis, who just flat out makes the sections easier. He has infinite ammo, will throw you ammo, and can't be killed even by a chainsaw Ganado or a Gigante. In contrast to this though, the game feels more difficult overall. Despite my weaponry being leveled up quite well, the enemies still took a fair chunk of shots to kill. The Plaga's forms 2 and 3 are far more annoying to deal with Plaga's 3 just flat out giving the possessed enemy steroids. Also, regenerators, possibly due to aiming with the infrared scope, just seem so much more annoying to dispatch, and enemies in general seem much more mobile and quicker than the original. Prior to getting into the world and visuals a little, I must say that the fact that they made the original, which undoubtedly makes more of a run at the survival action genre, into a more survival horror game in the remake is wonderful. The world has been carefully recreated and remade in an amazing way with some odd inclusions or exclusions here and there. As you might have noticed, this threw me off a little until roughly part 19 or 20. I still had difficulty disconnecting the original to the remake. You see, I have no idea what hyperbole or anecdote I mentioned in the beginning around how many times I have beaten Resident Evil 4, even if I did mention it, but on actual reflection and looking at my save data from various consoles, I've beaten Resident Evil 4 roughly 3 dozen times. As a result, it cements those core areas in my brain, so missing them feels really odd to me. For example, the lift or gondola section that's normally in chapter 2-3. That chapter began with us choosing a path, either go right for the Gigante or left for the Bella Sisters, and then after that path is clear, we walk with Ashley and go down a gondola or lift, dispatching enemies that attempt to gain access to our card. This is then followed up by the short trip to the shack that Torres Mendez fight is, and that section also gave us a chance to see that large door that blocks our path to chapter 3, the castle, and foreshadows the eye we need to use in the socket there. All of that, whether you enjoyed it or not, is gone from the remake. Nonetheless, that's a core area of the game to me, and not having it there was, really weird. I don't really know yet if this is a good or bad thing. This isn't the only example of an omission from the original. The complete removal of the U3 in this game, in my opinion, was egregious. However, again, it's a remake, so take it with a grain of salt, because they added some great areas to counter this. Although I'm not exactly sure how to put it into words, but I compare those dusty and ruined areas of the game, around the minecart section and the castle section with its stone-bound hallways, and even to a lesser degree the island with the remake, and I feel slightly less wonder and amazement from them. When I walked into the castle in the remake, it didn't wow me as much as I thought it would, and that underground section didn't fill me with as much wonder either. And I don't personally believe that this is a matter of having played the original game a lot. I still get the wow feeling now when I replay the original. Okay, this is a bit of a controversial section, but the voices obviously come with a quality that far exceeds the original in terms of rawness and sound engineering. Some of the voices have been improved and worked upon. I liked Ashley's far more in this game than the original, and I in some ways really appreciate how Sadler feels a bit more of a puppet to the Plaga rather than a human, but his charisma and wit is gone. Leon, honestly, can either come or go. The original had a suave charm that was there, and this is undeniable, but the new voice actor, much like in the Resident Evil 2 remake, did a fantastic job, and I honestly have no complaints there. All of the voice actors are different in the remake, but some of the dialogue has been worked on and improved. For example, the merchant before didn't really say much at all, and dialogue for the most part boiled down to welcome, what are you buying, what are you selling, and come back any time, as well as random flavour dialogues and quips after a weapon or trinket was bought or sold has now been expanded in new dialogue. He now mentions things like, you've got a soft spot for treasure, eh? Yeah, that's the way. Cash in your pocket or your life, easy choice, maiden. Gun rhymes with fun for a reason, stranger. This adds life to him, even if I very much dislike the voice actor. However, his incessant talking is frustrating because he seemingly runs a section of voice dialogue every fucking 10 seconds. We also, thankfully, get a lot more conversation and exposition around Lewis, which is great to see as he is a driving force behind our recovery from the Plaga sickness. However, the pros don't outweigh the cons, and the voices, although they've been updated in audio quality, have lost their charm for the most part. I found that Lewis sounds horrible in comparison to his original counterpart. Ada has lost that flirtatious will they won't they sexual tension and appeal with Leon and feels like mindless agent number 3 with no personality behind her voice. Krauser no longer has the tough and rough seasoned American soldier voice. Wesker sounds like shit in comparison to Resident Evil 4 and 5. Definitely a far cry from the cool, calm and collected smooth operator from behind the scenes. Salazar unfortunately has lost that wonderful little charm to him and is now reduced to quips about plays and script writing during his fight, and the banter with Leon is all but gone. And as mentioned before, Sadler has lost his charisma and wit that made him remind us that he is still human and arguably more powerful with words than actions. I don't really know how to put my finger on it. It just seems like there's no soul there. Leaping off of voices and into character models, what isn't to love, except one or two things, I suppose. Everyone's been given such a clear visual upgrade, and Leon and Ashley look fucking fantastic. The Ganados and Zealots look amazing, so do the Militiamen. The Plaga variations and the bosses that come with them share my same sentiment. Dr. Salvador, the Bella Sisters, El Gigante, Garrador, Krauser, Verdugo, and Sadler to a lesser extent, and all major enemies look polished and visually stunning. I even love how Ada looks, despite the horrible voice acting. And Lewis is on the same boat. However, Salazar looks fucking horrible. What the hell did they do to him? He looks like a fucked up, fat, pale Margaret Thatcher. Is that what they were going for? I actually really hate his visual style in the remake so goddamn much, but that's such a minor gripe in comparison to the rest. Sorry to roleplay and archaeologist and dig up old shit, but speaking of updated models, why did they not include the U3? That boss, for whatever it's worth, would have been fantastic to see in the remake. Finally, isolated by itself, the Resident Evil 4 remake is a fantastic game. For those who have played the original, it allows one to engage with the game in a new and dynamic way. There are more of those darker and survival horror elements that are ingrained in the series' earlier renditions, yet it still has those action-oriented moments, so you can really take it or leave it. There are moments where you can use stealth and knife enemies, giving you a chance to save ammo, and that is fantastic as it adds to the survival element. Those darker and more apprehensive areas in the game are much more frequent, and needing to plan your resources in clever ways is back and more welcome than ever before. I found myself needing to save or craft my ammo wisely, and the game has been improved with lots of quality of life changes, such as the aiming, the map and navigation, the spinel system and the follower system. Combat overall is smooth and feels great, and the challenge is acceptable for the chosen difficulty. The voice acting, for the most part, is fucking arse though, but the character models are glorious. The world has smoothly transitioned from one area to another and is relatively seamless, and luckily they kept most of what makes Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 4, despite omitting some memorable areas of the game in order to have a more survival-oriented game rather than action-oriented game. Overall, 2023's Resident Evil 4 is a welcome remake on par with the Resident Evil 2 remake. I look forward, if this is the way they change and address the issues in the original games, to see what they plan on doing, if anything at all, with Resident Evil 5. I'd honestly love to see that game turn into something similar to this, although who really knows given the controversy of having it placed in Africa and the Majini within it. Despite all of this, keep posted for the results of my playthrough of Resident Evil 4's remake. My playthrough of Resident Evil 4's remake took 16 hours, 55 minutes and 33 seconds, which occupied 36 total parts. However, I spent roughly 3 hours in the shooting gallery. I saved the game 59 times. My overall score was a B based on how long it took to complete the game. Throughout my playthrough, I died a total of 3 times, twice in Chapter 2 and once in Chapter 12. I was killed by Dr. Salvador, killed by a Granada with a Valley, and fell through some fucking wooden boards. My slowest chapter, not including the one where I spent 3 hours in the shooting range, was Chapter 3 at 1 hour, 18 minutes and 7 seconds. On the other hand, my fastest chapter was Chapter 16 at 17 minutes and 49 seconds, and if you don't count that given the nature of the chapter, then the next fastest was Chapter 5 at 33 minutes and 18 seconds. The chapter with the least enemies killed was Chapter 16 with 21 total enemies, and again, if you don't count that given the nature of the chapter, then the next least was Chapter 4 with 22, respectfully. In contrast, the chapter with the most enemies killed was Chapter 15 with 127. The chapter with the worst accuracy was Chapter 4 at 75%, and I blame the Del Lago for that one, but the chapter with the best accuracy was Chapter 8 at 86.6% of shots hitting. The chapter where I was damaged the least and was most elusive was Chapter 4, where I was hit only once, and clearly the chapter where I roleplayed as a bullet sponge and got hit the most was Chapter 14, being hit 31 times. I'd like to say thank you to whoever has joined me from the beginning to the end of this remake journey, but I'd even love to extend a thanks to those who are just joining in on the ride. I truly appreciate your time and efforts in engaging with these videos, and on that note, thank you for watching Resident Evil 4's remake.